What's going on, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the CHTV social channels. Happy Thursday. The Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys have dropped a bombshell right before the season starts. 1 week to go before the Cowboys open their season, and they have traded their best player, Micah Parsons, to your Green Bay Packers. Apologies for the late arrival here, but I had to change a few things here in our Packers Daily Chat. I'm still looking to see what exactly the Packers have given up in this trade. I've seen the dollar amounts as far as the contract that the Packers have already negotiated with Parsons, but I have yet to see a mention of what the Packers are sending to the Cowboys. Now, one mention from Ian Rappaport says that the Cowboys are getting picks, plural, which you would expect, but I have not seen any mentions of players yet, which is the thing I'd be most interested in. But clearly, there's no doubt that the Packers gave up some premium picks along the way here to land Micah Parsons. Shout out to Ricky right off the bat, who was way out in front of this. My goodness, nailed it, buddy. Absolutely nailed it. And the Green Bay Packers now become a favorite for Super Bowl contention. There is zero doubt about it. This is a seismic shift for the Green Bay Packers, trying to take what we've talked about all offseason, that step from the youngest team being, a little bit of an overachieving squad that gets to the playoffs every year, to now they're a problem for opponents. This is a monster shift for the Green Bay Packers, and certainly a declaration from Brian Gutekunst saying that the time is now, when he was talking about some urgency at the end of last year about wanting to get back to competing for championships. Certainly feels like this is that kind of move, doesn't it? I cannot wrap my head around the fact that this is a move that's being made a week before the season starts. That is pretty incredible. But we will see how soon they're able to kind of mix him in with their second-year Jeff Hafley defense. One thing to consider and remember, he has been, quote, dealing with a back issue. Now, we'll see if this miraculously clears up once he is in Green Bay. But certainly, this is a monster watershed moment for Brian Gutekunst's tenure in Green Bay. You have to think, Jeff Hafley's got to be the happiest dude in the world right now. They are about to become serious contenders. There's no other way to put it. A deep run into the playoffs is expected at this point. And look, I'm not trying to gas this up more than it is. I'm not trying to be dramatic. You guys know I am usually pretty level-headed about anything and everything when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. But, man, this is a monster move, and certainly one of the biggest moves I've ever seen a Packers general manager make. There is no doubt about it. So, hey, man, I don't have much to add yet, like I said, because of the fact that we don't have terms yet. And I keep refreshing here on Twitter, as I'm sure most of you are as well, trying to get the idea of what the Packers have given up. Have not seen that yet. But welcome to Green Bay, Micah Parsons. Let's go win a Super Bowl. That's what I'm talking about. All right. I'm sure everybody has, I can already see a lot of questions and comments already rolling in. Before I get going, I'm going to give a shout out to our good friends over at Ticket King, based in Wisconsin since 1992. Ticket King is located across the street from Lambeau Field on Oneida. They're happy to help you find just the right tickets for Packers games, from larger groups to single tickets, both home and away. They partner with local Green Bay businesses for tailgating and bus transportation to the games, so you don't have to worry about driving or parking. They're even open on game day for last-minute tickets or possible upgrades. And if you're not in Green Bay, no problem. Just use the Ticket King link on the CHTV homepage, or indeed in the description of this video. Don't use Ticketmaster, StubHub, SeatGeek, none of these national companies. Use a company based in Wisconsin since the early 90s. Ticket King, for all your Packers ticket needs. Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. What dimension am I living in? What world did I just awaken to? Holy cow. I am absolutely stunned. I am stunned. cannot begin to tell you how completely stunned I am. It's a little ridiculous. Somebody says I have an audio echo. I can't tell you if that's on my end or yours. My system is about normal, so hopefully you can fix it on your end. Cheeto, what's up? Don't crap on my heart, Nags. For serious and for true. I'm not. What is the line from the movie? I'm crapping you negative. Come on, man. Johnny, what's going on, man? Is this what happy feels like, Nags? I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty close. It doesn't suck. Aware. Whoa! Yeah, that's an appropriate response. I like it. Devin, what's up, man? I could cry, Nags. You certainly could, and you should. Let's go, man. Let's flippin' go. Joe, that's a very pragmatic question. What do you think policy's role was in this? I'm sure Gutekunst mentioned it prior to pulling the trigger, but I don't think he prodded it. I don't think it was at his behest. They've made it abundantly clear between Murphy and policy. The football team is Brian's to run. This is Brian's decision. Now, it's a big swing, a huge swing. The one day after we're talking about Ed Policy taking a wait-and-see approach on Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur, all of a sudden we see this. Pretty interesting, right? Pretty interesting declaration from Gutekunst saying, yes, we are contenders. We're going to go try and win a Super Bowl. Hopefully multiple Super Bowls. But yeah, I think I have little doubt policy was informed prior to the move, but I would be shocked if it was at his directive or anything like that. Evil Badger. I believe this is more of an Ed Policy move. I can tell you that's not going to be true. TKM, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Favre got Reggie. Rodgers got Woodson. Now Love has Parsons. Here we go. Appreciate you, Nags. See you game one weekend. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Speaking of game one, is he ready for game one? Is he going to participate against the Lions? I'd like to see it. But, man, that's a quick turnaround, especially for a guy who's supposedly finding a second opinion on his back. We will see. Corey Krenz, thanks for being a Carry the G Club member. Holy shit! Is this real? My chest hurts. Holy shit! That's an appropriate response. I can see it. Caleb Williams, thanks for checking out the stream of a competitor. Appreciate you, man. Not going to lie, saw the title of the stream and thought you were trolling. Had to fact check. That was me, dude. Like, legit, it dropped, I think, 10 seconds before I was about to go live. And I had to triple check to make sure that it was a real Ian Rappaport tweet. I didn't want to come on here talking about, they're trading for Micah Parsons and have it be like, chaps fucking with us. E4. Okay, buddy. If you say so. Steve, how you doing, man? Howdy, Nags, and cheers, cheeseheads. This $5 is for online Ricky. I mean, Ricky's the king at this point. What a legendary call. What a legendary scoop. He had it weeks ago. Well done. John Simitovich. This isn't even the good half. Amazing. Go, Pack, go. I love it. I love it. Adam, how are you doing, man? Thanks for the super chat. I hope we will see 20 Gravedigger celebrations this season by Parsons. We are steamrolling the division. Let's go. Go, Pack, go. Now, let's remember, the rest of the division is pretty damn talented, too. It's not like Detroit doesn't have their own incredibly talented pass rusher in Hutchinson. I mean, these are not gimmies. This is not a cakewalk. Nothing is going to be handed to the Packers because they traded for Parsons. It certainly helps. Don't get me wrong. But this idea that all of a sudden they're just going to roll to a 14-2 or whatever, 15-2 record. Let's just take it 1 week at a time. Let's beat the Lions, and then we'll go from there. Rick Harris, yes, I agree. Hopefully it was only picks. That's the question I had immediately, and like I said, they have only reported. They have only reported that it was future selections in the draft. I have not seen anything to indicate that there was any player involved. Matt, what's up? Thanks for being a Care of the G Club member. Well, the fat lady has sung. Pigs are flying. There's a toaster with wings. Let's go, baby. Fausty, thanks for the super chat. How much did Cheesehead TV have to pay Jerry Jones to have the news break as Daily Chat begins? Go, Pat, go. Yeah, well, first Steven called, and then he had to pass me to Jerry, and then Jerry said, okay, we're going to drop this in a second, so be ready to go. And I thought, oh, I got to make sure that I'm ready to go. Clearly. Adam, thanks for the super chat, man. I'm convinced I'm dreaming right now. First round wide receiver and a trade for a star player. Man, people be talking junk about Gutekunst, but sure feels like he's putting the Packers in the best position possible to go chase for a title. I don't know. That's just me. Lawson, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Crack open all the Carry the G's. Let's can go. That, my friend, let me tell you, that right there, that's the best idea I've heard all day.
Well, we carry the G wherever we may be, so creamy and cold, and from the land of the green and gold.
So one update I've seen is that the Packers are sending 2 first-rounders and a player back to Dallas, but I still have not seen who the player is. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is my live reaction. The Packers are trading Kenny Clark to the Cowboys in the Parsons trade. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm gutted. You guys know I love Kenny. I absolutely love Kenny. That's tough for me, but it's still good overall for the Packers. I understand it. Hey, man, that's still a really good deal for the Packers. I love Kenny personally. It's tough to see him go. But hey, it ain't show friends, it's show business, as I always say. So I understand it. It's going to be tough to get used to a defensive line without Kenny Clark. But I love it, getting Parsons. Ryback, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. So where will Parsons be used at? End or linebacker? I would suspect all over the place. I would think it would somewhat depend on who they're facing and what kind of, personnel groupings Hafley wants to utilize to best try and combat scheme and personnel. But I don't think it'll be, locked in specific week after week after week. I think there will be a lot of mixing and matching and moving him around, would be my guess. Jake, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. My friend texts happy birthday 3 days ago it was. I'm like, what? And he says, we got Parsons and losing my mind at work, Nagler. This is what love feels like. People all in their emotions. I love it. I love it. Em, what's going on, man? What a start to Policy's tenure. I'm in shock. No doubt about it. Talk about a big swing. Brian Gutekunst taking a big swing. No question. Kiru, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. Wasn't around for it, but I'd like to think this is how we felt when we got Reggie White. Well, it's different because it wasn't like on the eve of the season. That's what makes this so dramatic, right? Reggie certainly was a huge coup. And I do recall like my father and his friends talking about what a big deal it was. I was a bit young to really kind of appreciate it. I thought it was awesome. Like I knew Reggie from obviously the Eagles and his time with the USFL and all that, but I didn't appreciate what a seismic move it was at the time. This certainly is an incredible swing for the fences from the Packers. So yeah, it's the Packers sending Kenny Clark and 2 firsts for Micah Parsons. I got to admit, that's a really good deal for the Packers. That's not bad, especially if you're winning a Super Bowl and or making a deep run and you're picking presumably at 29, 30, 32. Yeah, okay, have those firsts. We'll take a generational defensive player. Thanks so much. Evan Collins, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Obviously, both sides were waiting until Cheesehead TV went live to make this announcement. It's very clear, right? Very, very clear. I mean, they were ready for me, no doubt. Cheeto, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. Everything on the internet is true. I'm going to go look at enlargement pills now. Leave it to Cheeto. Thanks, buddy. That's outstanding. Yes, everything you've ever read is very true. Daniel, thanks for being a Carry the G Club member. I'll miss Kenny, but this is amazing. Amazing is kind of a perfect word for it. It is amazing. Didn't think it would ever happen. Thought for sure we'd see Parsons sign back with the Cowboys and we'd be on our way. And here we are, living in a very different world. Nick, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. Kenny Clark, too. Say it ain't so. He will be missed, but Goody got him. He did indeed. It's interesting that they didn't. Maybe they tried. The Cowboys tried to get a wide receiver, maybe. Interesting that that's not part of the deal here, but Kenny's a really good player, and he'll wreck shop down there with the Cowboys. That's gonna suck. And now imagine this: we're gonna be down in Dallas watching Kenny Clark with a damn star on his helmet. I might throw up. I might vomit. Porkmaster, what's up? 14-2. Don't think so small, Nag. 17-0. Just kidding. One game at a time. This is awesome. The mad lad Goot did it. He most certainly did. You know what? Where's my phone? Hold on. I'm going to text Goody right now. I'm texting him and telling him he's crazy. Okay. Goody const. This is some riveting content, I know. You mad man. You. There we go. Just had to do it. Had to reach out, say thank you. Brandy, what's going on? Thanks for the super chat. I cannot begin to express this excitement. I will still yell at the defense, but not as loud. Well, Brandy, okay. I'm going to hold you to that. But yes, even Brandy is excited about the defense now. Amazing. Incredible. That's the seismic shift right there. Shaheem McCoy, thanks for the super chat. Bro, if we didn't give up Rashawn Gary and we can have both, like, I like us over anybody. Top 3 defense for sure. All right, well, we got work to do, but I'll tell you what. Lucas Van Ness just became your rotational guy. Okay. And you've got Rashawn Gary not getting any extra attention because the focus will be on Micah Parsons. Let's fucking go. I'm down with this life. Let's do it. Rick Harris, what's up, man? Kenny gives us the cap space for Micah. I mean, he did just re-sign a new deal, right? And I'm sure that was part of the conversation when the Cowboys were asking for return. No doubt about it. Josephine, what's up, man? Gary and Parsons can't fucking wait for the Lions. I'll tell you what, you just reminded me, I can't wait for the next Madden roster update. Let's go. I'm never blitzing again. 4-man rushes each and every down. Let's go. Mike, thanks for the super chat, man. You have to give something to get something. Thank you for everything, Kenny. See you in the Packers Hall of Fame someday. Oh, without question. Kenny Clark will be in the Packers Hall of Fame. That is without question, without doubt. That will happen. Soder, what's going on? Thanks for the super chat. I guess we finally get to kick LVN inside. They did a little bit of that early in the summer. Didn't see much of it down the stretch, but maybe now, third down, to get that NASCAR package going. Let's go. Henry, what's up? Seems like it was Kenny's last year in Green Bay. Sucks. It does suck. It does suck to bid him adieu. No doubt about it. Don Vito, what's going on, man? So we lose Kenny Clark. I don't like it. Fans can hate it, but we lose middle pressure, eats double teams, but Micah is great. I will say they're certainly going to be counting on, development from the guys they already have on the roster when it comes to the middle of the defensive line. Certainly early downs. That's why you've got Nazir Stackhouse as a big body to eat things up. And on pass rushing downs, to Soder's point, maybe you kick defensive ends inside. But yeah, there's no doubt that that's not an easy replacement. Even as disappointing as his year was last year, Kenny was still playing at a high level. I don't doubt for a moment that a lot is going to be asked of the guys like Colby Wooden, et cetera, to kind of stem the tide, as it were. But again, if you got to give that up for Micah Parsons, and that's all you had to give up player-wise, it's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Brandon, thanks for the super chat. Ah! I don't know why, but that just made me feel like it was a Muppet doing that. That's great. Dustin, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. Dallas got 2 30-second picks. Worth every penny. Go Pack. I see what you did there. I see what you're doing, man. I love it. B Marsh, what's going on? Sorry if this was asked earlier. Does Gary move interior? Well, that's what we were just talking about, right? No, he will remain as a defensive end. They may kick him inside on obvious passing downs at times. There may be a package or two where he does try to like line up over the center. We saw that in Chicago last year, but he'll still be quote unquote a full-time defensive end. And that's what's exciting. You get Parsons on one side and Gary on the other. That's a good time in the club, let me tell you. Brad, thanks for the super chat. Is this why we kept 6 defensive tackles? Probably a straight line there, right? Certainly this had been in the works. You got to think at some point when Kenny Clark became a possible piece to move, only Brian can answer that question, but I think that's logical, right? Ryback, what's up? Your boy Stackhouse gets more playing time now? I actually don't think it'll increase his play time by a crazy amount. I just think it's a good piece to have as far as a big body that can clog the middle of the field, especially on early downs when teams want to run the football. I don't think whether Kenny was there or not, it was going to change too much when it came to Stackhouse, because I don't think Stackhouse is going to come in and play even 50% of the snaps, like let alone 80 or 90 like Kenny does. But there's no doubt that, given how the mixing and matching might happen on the defensive line, dependent on who they're facing, Stackhouse will play. Of that, there's little doubt. E4, what's up, man? Audio is on my end. You know shit. I'm kidding. I kid. But I will say, it is always like your heart in your throat moment when you're like, especially on a big stream where I know a lot of people are going to be tuning in, and then all of a sudden I see audio problem, and I'm like, oh man, come on. And then I'm pretty sure I'm straight. So it does get me going a little bit. At first I thought you did it for effect. No, not for Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer. Something like that. I like it. Sean, what's up? Wait, what? Yes. You read and heard correctly. Talkenberg, thanks for the super chat and for being a Carry the G Club member. I'm just so happy. Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol? Go Pack, go. Oh, I love you. At this dude, how you doing, man? Nags, missed you. Been so ready for the season now. Yeah, right? Come on. I mean, we were all pumped start a Packer season, and then this happens? Come on. Let's do it. Joe, this is 100% correct. There's a chance Clark was going to be a cap casualty in 2026 anyway, but what does the defensive tackle rotation look like in 2025? Just talked about it. Got to expect a lot more Colby Wooden, Carl Brooks, etc. There's no doubt that those guys are going to be counted on to play a hell of a lot more. And I'll say, after this summer, I feel a lot better about Colby Wooden. He looked really improved on balance throughout the time I was there. Adam, what's going on, man? Andy Herman just tweeted he's stuck in traffic in downtown Chicago. Poor guy. Also, have you heard that we got Parsons? This is a crazy day. Oh, good times. Good times. Yesterday's over. What's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. We are going back to losing the NFC Championship game. Why you gotta be a downer, man? Why you gotta be a negative? Can we beat the Lions first before you start talking about going to NFC Championship games and losing them? Come on now. Did Reggie White go and lose it? NFC? Well, okay. All right, let's not talk about it. All right. Come on now. Danny, thanks for the super chat. Emergency happy hour today? I don't think so. I actually have a date with my youngest daughter to go see a movie tonight. So no, that won't be happening. Jesse, you're not wrong. Secondary just got better. Certainly don't have to cover for quite as long if you've got a guy who can win one-on-one very, very quickly and destroy quarterbacks right out of the gate. No doubt about it. G. David, what's up? Well, guess I have to restart my Madden 26 franchise then. Wonder what number he'll wear. I know. That's my question as well. Does he go with 11? Does he get 11? Or does, he pick something else out? Bryson, thanks for the super chat, man. Tough day for the Packers don't want to win crowd. Although, hey, maybe also vindication for some of these folks who've been saying that they would never do it, that the Packers don't want to win, and now the Packers have done it, so those folks can turn around and go, see? This is what they needed to do to go try and win a championship. So, yeah, you can spin it any way you want. No doubt about it. John, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. My kids have just heard some fruity language. I can't believe it. Never play poker with Goody. Super Bowl. Salty language, maybe? Fruity language. It's an interesting phrase. William, thanks for being a Care of the G Club member. I feel like this is a trade that the Seahawks in the early 2010s would have made. It does feel like it is John Schneider-esque, right? I totally agree with that kind of vibe reference, right? I will say, though, remember, back in the day, way back in the day, Goody and Schneider were in the building together there in Green Bay. So, birds of a feather, etc. Marshall, the cornerback room's blood pressure just got cut in half. Rushed for get home. Yes, rush for and, hopefully get your hand on a whole lot of more errant footballs if you're the secondary, because Micah Parsons is in the face of a quarterback. Let's go. Porkmaster, what's going on, man? I'm telling my Cowboys friends to forget everything I said about Jerry Jones. Man is clearly a genius. Oh, man. Speaking of friends and Jerry Jones, my boy Nick Costas just put out a video. I think it was 15 minutes before I went live because I just watched it, talking about how this would never happen. He literally put out there where there's 0.0% chance of this happening. So shout out, Nick. I feel sorry for your mentions, and I love you. Hope you're well. Man. Menace, thanks to the super chat, man. Remember the other day when I said I had grievances with Goody? Never mind. I'm good. Even if it fails, I fucking love the swing. Finally, we're the bride. I mean, I had so many folks in my mentions this morning talking about that very aspect, about, it's just another instance where we're getting used. They're going to drive the price up, and then he's going to resign with the Cowboys, which I got to admit, certainly the most probable outcome in my mind. But, that doesn't mean that Brian ain't working and trying to make it happen like he did back in 2018 with Khalil Mack. Came in second there, but landed it this time. Absolutely fucking love it. Evil Badger, it's an excellent question. Do you think Parsons will be ready week 1? Really depends on how real this back issue is. I think if he's quote unquote miraculously better, he'll play, right? He will probably be limited, though. I don't think he'll be thrown in there for the full defensive scope of the game, right? I think there'll be packages, there'll be kind of situational things that he can contribute to. But then, probably even that second game against the Commanders, since it's such a short turnaround, probably similar. And then they have that mini bye, those 10 days before the next game, where they can really kind of download him into the defense, so to speak. S. Harris, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. Haven't been on the channel for a while. Hope all is well. Do you think this could be the same impact as the Charles move and the Reggie move? That's certainly the idea. Could it? Yes. Will it be? There's nothing automatic about it, right? Never is. But yeah, absolutely. This is we want to go win the Super Bowl move. This is a player that is on a Hall of Fame track, who is ascending still as a young player going into his second contract. No question about it. This move is designed to have that type of impact. Now, as I've talked about a lot here this summer, this offseason, while this kind of story has percolated along, the Reggie signing, free agency, Charles was free agency, and Charles was kind of maybe not considered wash, but he was really almost radioactive. And teams, nobody wanted him. It came down between like the Packers and the Bucks, and that was it. Like any team would take Micah Parsons. Like he is a bona fide superstar who, like I said, is only starting to enter his prime. So yes, 1,000,000,000%. It could have that effect. Now, will it? That's why we play the games, baby. Matthew, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you, man. Big Al, how you doing, man? Thanks for the super chat. With Kenny Clark gone, who's the longest Packer? Is it Gary? Happy for the Parsons trade, but Clark have been a Packer for a while. I think it would be Gary. That's a great question. I'm not entirely sure. For the longest time we had Mason Crosby to lean on as an answer to that question, but I'm not sure who would be off the top of my head. I got to think probably Elton Jenkins, maybe. Probably Elton, I would say. Elton or Gary. One of those guys. Brockman, thanks for the super chat. Reggie White level move? Absolutely. No question. Soder, thanks for the super chat. Now need the linebackers to ball out and clean up the run. Hey, man, I'm telling you, between the, I guess, assumed step forward and continued development of Edgerrin Cooper, coupled with Quay Walker finally getting right, and then Tyron Hopper really showing improvement this summer, I like where the linebacker group is at. We'll see how much Hopper plays instead of McDuffie, but, man, I like where they're at this point. And you give them this in front of them, I like our chances, no doubt. Merk, how you doing, man? Thanks for the super chat. Holy wow! But it's really sad to see Kenny go. He was the first-round pick of the first draft I watched for the Packers, but excited for the future. I know, man. It's bittersweet. It's excellent for the team. I'm a huge fan of the move. But as someone, you guys know, I've talked about Kenny forever here on this channel. We've had him on our draft show a number of years. You know, it's tough, man. I love Kenny, and I love everything he did for the Packers. Everything he did in a Packers uniform, everything he did to represent the organization. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. No doubt about it. But it ain't show friends. It's show business. Cheeto, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. Is it safe to think Parsons gives us an extra possession per game? I can't imagine too many irritating checkdowns down the field against us, in turn giving Jordan Love more time with the ball. Amazing. That would be the hope, certainly. And hell, that doesn't even take into account the strip sack fumbles, hopefully, that he causes from time to time, getting off the field on third down more often. Yeah, let's get the ball in the offense's hands more and go score some more points. I'm down with this idea, man. Nathan, thanks for the super chat, man. Is this a good sign for our rookie class? Would Goody pull the trigger if he didn't believe in Golden and others? Been a while since I've been on here. How you doing? Nathan, I'm doing well, man. I think you could spin it that way. I don't think it's a direct line there, though. I do think this is certainly a move with the expectation that they're going to be picking way late in the draft. And this is the time that they want to take that step to becoming a contender. And they're willing to forego a couple first-round picks in order to do so. And look, as every joker on the internet has undoubtedly said both today, prior to this move being made, and probably after, it ain't like they've been hitting a bunch of triples or home runs with these first-round picks over the course of the last 10 years, right? And now, look, there's context there for each and every one of those, so I'm not bashing Goody with that. But, hey, man, okay, we'll give you a couple of these with the swing for the fences move that is bringing in one of the best defensive players in the league to augment our defense. I mean, so many people said it would never happen. He would never do it. I don't know, man. Gonna have to be quiet now. Patrick, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. I am playing some Micah, Gary, Wyatt, and LVN/Sorrell Nickel and Dime Madden tonight versus all Madden Lions. I love it. Let me know how that goes. Braden, thanks for the super chat. I guess the offer for our third round picks for the next decade wasn't good enough, but hey, shout out David Mulligetta. How about Mulligetta? What a power broker, man. Like 80-plus-year-old Jerry Jones thinks he has a deal done because he talked to the player, and Mulligetta turns around and makes this happen. Incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Brock, thanks again. Halfley going out of his mind with the possibilities. Let's go. No shit, man. No doubt. Like I said, he's got to be the most excited person in the world. NRL, thanks for the super chat. The best news, A+ timing for the live stream as I hop on the train to work this Friday morning in Sydney. The sun is shining. Have a great day, Packers fam. Packers fans worldwide. How awesome is that? Dude is on a train to work early in the morning in Sydney, Australia, on a live stream for a Green Bay Packers transaction from a dude living in New York City and a move between Dallas and Green Bay. It's all happening. Packers worldwide, baby. Absolutely love it. FMCH, what's up? Nags, confirm Goody told Jerry Jones that we'd let them finally win in Dallas to sweeten the pot. I'm not so sure I agree with your police work there, but I like it. Marshall Duke, what's going on, man? Ricky Scoops is a legend now. I said it at the top of the stream. He wears the crown. This is an awesome scoop, and it's the biggest scoop that I've seen from like a non-known insider, probably in the history of the Twitter machine, man. It's insane. That is a feather in the cap right there. Jeezy baby, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. How much does this move help LVN and Rashawn Gary? Guessing a ton. If LVN can't thrive now, when will he? It'll help him nominally because he's not going to be asked to carry the load as a pass rusher, but he's still got to deliver. He's going to become a rotational guy, but he's hopefully out there now on 3rd and long and able to pin his ears back and get after the quarterback, and he's got to produce. This doesn't erase, the fact that he's a former 13th overall pick who has done precious little so far in the NFL. It should help him, but he's still got to produce. He's still got to do the job, right? Brian, get him to Kroll's. I like what you're thinking. I like how you're thinking. Carter, thanks again. Vegas has Packers favored in the NFC North now, as they should. It is like I said at the top, man, it's a seismic move. This changes everything. It changes, and I talked about this a little bit on Transplants last night. It completely changes the calculus of every offensive coordinator that is facing the Packers. Like, you have to change your approach. Each and every down is going to start with, what are we doing about Micah Parsons? Especially, obviously passing downs, but every down is, how are we handling Micah Parsons? That is the start of every meeting, of every game plan for the Green Bay Packers from now on. It is monster. G. David. This is the Jerry Jones effect. I hope he lives in that building forever. Let's be nice. Brian Price, how you doing, man? I will be looking at Bears fans' Twitter like Jerry Seinfeld with that cigar gif all night long. Shame, Bears. Shame. See, this is just another instance of how the Packers are better than the Bears. The Bears win every offseason championship, hanging the banner every April and May. And the Packers swoop in the week before the season starts and make the biggest move in the league. Because, that's what we do. We're the big brother. You're the little brother. You keep trying to catch up, Chicago, and you can't. Because the Packers own you, and they're better than you forever and ever. Amen. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Chargin, thanks for the super chat. Just met Kenny in LAX last month. Great dude. I'm going to miss him, but happy to get Parsons, him and Cooper as chess pieces for Halfley. You are damn correct. And yeah, I'm really glad you got to meet him. Like I said often, he's the nicest dude. He's been my favorite player on the Packers for a long time. Really sad to see him go, no doubt about it. It's Matthew. Nags, I need you to be 4 beers deep right now. Man, I would be, but got to work. So, and I know that doesn't normally stop me, but wasn't expecting this news to drop. So here we are. Archer, how you doing? Thanks for the super chat. As someone who's fairly new to watching the Pack, 14 years, would you say this is the equivalent of signing Reggie White? Not the equivalent. It could have a similar effect on their wins and losses. The difference is the culture shift that Reggie brought and the changing of the perception of Green Bay that Reggie heralded. It's really hard to explain for people that weren't there, but, and I think you've seen people talk about it. I think Justice wrote about it yesterday, about how the threat used to be for players that were disgruntled and wanted out, like they were threatened with being sent to Green Bay. It was known as the Siberia of the NFL. No one wanted to play there. It was considered a dead end, and your career was over if you went there. If they drafted you, you had players who went to play with the CFL instead of playing with the Packers because the perception was so bad, right? Reggie changed all of that. Now it helped that Ron Wolf came in, etc., blah, blah, blah. But signing Reggie changed everything in that regard. So as huge as this move is, and it is monster, and it will affect the football team, their ability on the field, how good the defense is, the win-loss column, it will affect all that. But Micah Parsons coming here in a trade is not the same level as Reggie signing in free agency. It's not quite that big. Patrick, thanks for the super chat. We still gave up more picks for John Hadel. Hell, I think didn't they give up more picks for John Jefferson too? Amazing. Amazing. God bless Jerry Jones. Guillaume Martin, thanks for the super chat. Same roller coaster vibes as Jacobs Jones. Hope it ends just as well. Thanks for everything, Kenny. Forever a legend. Go Pack Go. Bears still suck. No doubt. Marshall, you ain't lying. September 28th game in Dallas just got interesting. Very. Can you imagine what that reception is going to be like when Parsons comes out on the field? It's going to be electric, man. And let me tell you, that was easily, and it's not even close, the most expensive ticket for any Green Bay Packers game this year. It just got like tripled, I'm sure. Like, no doubt about it. Good time to get in on Ticket King right now before the prices skyrocket. DJ, thanks for the super chat. I can't believe we traded away a 22-year-old Kenny Clark. I know it does feel like he's perennially like sitting at like early 20s, right? I love how I have so many people texting me as if I'm not live on the air right now. I've got 6-7 texts from people who should know better. I love it. Brian, thanks for the super chat. Edge, Cooper, Quay, Micah, LVN, Gary. Yes, sir. We should put it on a t-shirt, I think. Porkmaster cackling like the fucking Joker in my house. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Love it. Don Vito, thanks for the super chat. Buzzkill time. Oh, here we go. First, I can't believe we are 42 minutes into this stream. It took that long for us to get an Eeyore in here. Amazing. Let's go. How worried are we about Jaden's foot? After doing my own research, Jones' fracture is a long road. Funnily enough, that was going to be the lead of this video right before this news drop. Look, man, have you ever known the Packers medical staff to be short-sighted and or foolhardy? I haven't. If they have come to an agreement with the player that says he wants to play and play through whatever pain he's feeling, which is clearly the case, Godspeed, man. It ain't my career. Jaden Reed, his family, it's their business. The Packers, that medical staff, that's their business. But it's not like if he could do untold amounts of long-term damage, the Packers would let him go out on the field. If he can mitigate it, and he says he wants to play through it, and there's no risk for, this becoming a lifelong problem or something, man, if they're ready to roll, giddy up. Let's go. I'm all in. Jay Praster. Rodgers has to be pissed. Well, he's happy where he is. He's got TJ Watt. Why would he be mad? I'm being facetious. I understand what you're saying. It's kind of funny, actually. Carter, thanks for the super chat. Jeff Halfley going full mad scientist. Well, what's interesting, and you're not wrong in the sense that he's a monster, he being Parsons, a monster chess piece, right? But what's fun and what's interesting in the regards to like cooking stuff up is this enables you as a defensive coordinator to not have to get so crazy or do the sim pressure stuff or do exotics. Like, yes, you can mix lots of different stuff in the back end as far as coverages go, but this frees you up from having to generate pressure with scheme. You can just let 4 guys get after it. And one of them in particular is probably going to get home. Like, again, talk about changing the calculus. It changes everything for Jeff Halfley. No doubt about it. Brandy, what's up? Packers hosted the draft, took a first-round wide receiver, and traded for Parsons. What is happening? It does sometimes kind of feel like we are in bizarro Packer world, right? No doubt. Danny, what's going on? One of those texts might be Goot. It might be. It might be. I doubt it, but let's see. I'll tell you if he's responded. No, and no. No, he is not. It'd be funny if he did, though. Jake, what's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. So the private jet to Dallas was real, huh? Goot. I don't know about all that. Patrick, how are you? Thanks for the super chat. So Nazir Stackhouse starting at the 1 tech. I doubt he starts. I think he'll play dependent on the matchups, what type of offense they're playing. But he's probably upticked a little bit as far as amount of snaps, simply because of the rotation. Matt, thanks for the super chat. To quote the great Aaron Nagler, once again, Brian Gutekunst's throwing his nuts on the table. Yes, that is something I said into a microphone right after he drafted Jordan Love. And once again, you are right. He is throwing his nuts on the table. No doubt about it. Joe, thanks for Super Chat. Was that plane trip for Packers physical exam? We don't even know if that was a real plane trip. And what's going on, man? What's the interior defensive line look like now? See, this is what happens. I've been on so long that I'm repeating a lot of questions. So I'm going to keep going here to the end because I've answered a number of these already multiple times. Sorry, guys. Len Beebe, how you doing, man? Swifties have Kelsey. We get Parsons. We win. Why everyone got to come for Taylor Swift? This is a Taylor Swift friendly zone. Come on now. Wisco, what's going on, man? Put me down for Parsons wearing 0. I would love that. I know there's probably folks that would kind of detest that, hate it, whatever. I would love it if you wore 0. I think it'd be cool as hell. But, you know, there's always somebody complaining about something because that's the world we live in, especially on the internet. Spencer, thanks for the super chat. Is this all because Ed Policy said he wanted to wait a year to extend Goody and LaFleur? Probably. I mean, I know Policy is a big Packer transplants fan, and he saw us talking about it last night, and then he mentioned it to Brian, and then he said, okay, I'll pull the trigger. Clearly, that's what happened. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to get going. I cannot thank you enough for hanging out and talking Packers and Micah Parsons. Holy Toledo, I'm still kind of in shock. Please do me a monster favor. I had a number of you here saying I've been on the channel in a while. Well, welcome. It's football season again, so hit subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Hit notifications on so you know when we're live in case some big trade happens. And then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. And speaking of Packers fans, hope to see any and all of you coming out to the Week 1 game against Detroit at our first ever kickoff party. That's the night before the game, Saturday, September 6th, starting at 7 p.m. Plenty of Carry the G on offer at the D2 Sports Pub. That's right down the street from Lambeau Field. Cheesehead TV in the house. Corey and I will be talking to Packers fans from around the world. And yes, there will be a live musical performance by Motel Men, my band. God help us all. All right, everybody, hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night. Go Pack Go.